Pause for a moment and ask yourself if your morning routine is setting you up for success or slowly programming you for failure. Look into your own eyes, not the reflection you show the world, but the one buried beneath the to-do lists and the tired sighs. What do you see there? Is it someone who is in command or someone whose ambitions have quietly surrendered to the comfort of later? There is a question that haunts the quiet hours of the night. Why does my momentum always evaporate? You are not alone in this. In fact, a staggering number of people live their entire lives trapped in the same loop. They wake up with a spark of resolve. By midday, the distractions have won, and by nightfall, they are buried in a blanket of quiet disappointment. Their potential, their raw ability, it all gets buried under one simple, devastating phrase: I will begin again tomorrow. But what if the problem isn't your ambition, but the very way you're trying to harness it? Today we are going to explore a different category of people. The ones who seem unshakable. The ones who don't crack under pressure. They don't possess a secret mantra or a magical birthright. They operate by a single, unbreakable principle. In this session, we will uncover that principle. We will strip away the noise and get to the core of what turns fleeting motivation into permanent transformation. Are you ready to dismantle the walls of your comfort zone? If so, let's begin. Let's identify the real enemy. It isn't a lack of talent, it's a dependency on the rush of starting. Think about it. You hear a powerful idea, you watch an inspiring video, and your brain floods with energy. You feel like you can conquer any mountain. But then comes day 3. The novelty wears off. The initial excitement fades, and you are left facing the long gray road of repetition. This is where the majority fall back into the old patterns. They confuse a burst of enthusiasm for the quiet strength of discipline. Enthusiasm is the spark, but discipline is the fire that outlasts the wind. Consider the ambitious student. They craft the perfect study schedule weeks before an exam. For 2 days, they push hard. On the 3rd day, they feel they've earned a break. By the 4th day, they're back to their old habits, wondering where the time went. This cycle isn't just a bad habit, it's a slow erosion of your self-trust. Every broken promise to yourself is a crack in your foundation. Over time, you stop believing you have the strength to follow through. Now, shift your focus to those who seem unbreakable. Are they superhuman? Do they have access to extra hours in the day? No. They possess a singular skill, the ability to tolerate the unglamorous grind. They understand that true success isn't a series of fireworks. It is the steady, consistent burning of a lamp that refuses to go out. This ability, this embrace of the mundane, is the dividing line between the dreamers and the doers. The extraordinary is simply the accumulation of ordinary days done with unwavering intent. This principle of persistence is a universal law. It's the water that nourishes the seed of desire. These people don't wait for a feeling of inspiration, they trust their system. When the voice of fatigue whispers, "Just skip today," a stronger voice responds, "This is precisely the moment where the path diverges." I have distilled this timeless wisdom into 7 practical principles. Let these be the pillars for your own transformation. First, a singular, clear objective. You drift because you haven't chosen a harbor. A vague wish like "I want to be successful" is not a target, it's a cloud. I want to increase my income by this specific amount within this specific time frame, that is a target. Until your aim is laser focused, your energy scatters. Write down what you truly want. Second, a structured blueprint. You don't build a house by staring at the land. You need a blueprint. Break your goal into fragments so small they are impossible to ignore. If you aim to write a book, Don't think of the 300 pages. Just commit to writing 100 words today, just one paragraph. Third, unwavering persistence. This is the armor of the soul. When you face a setback, do not interpret it as a stop sign. See it as a lesson, a sharpening stone for your resolve. It is telling you that you are climbing, not falling. Fourth, the power of collective insight. No one builds anything great in isolation. There is a unique energy that is created when two minds align for a common purpose. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who hold you to a higher standard. The company you keep either lifts your ceiling or becomes your ceiling. Fifth, programming the inner mind. Your mind is a garden. If you don't actively plant seeds of purpose and confidence, weeds of doubt will inevitably take root. Before you close your eyes at night, visualize your goal. Feel the satisfaction of it as if it's already yours. Sixth, the speed of decisiveness. Those who shape their own destiny make decisions swiftly and adjust slowly. Those who drift take weeks to decide and change their minds in an instant. Hesitation is a thief. It steals your momentum before you even begin. Seventh, motion over rumination. Overthinking is paralysis. It creates a storm of scenarios that never happen. The only cure is a single action. Take one step, and you will find that half the fear evaporates instantly. Let me share a story. In a quiet village, there lived a humble mason. One day, he declared he would build a sanctuary on the highest, most rugged peak overlooking the town, a structure of such beauty it would be seen for miles. The villagers laughed. "You have no resources, no crew, no money. This is madness." The mason said nothing. He simply made a vow to himself. Every morning, before the sun rose, he would walk to the river, choose one stone of manageable size, and carry it up the steep hill. Just one stone. 1 month passed. 30 stones lay on the peak. The villagers shook their heads, calling it a fool's errand. 1 year passed. A pile had formed, but no shape. The laughter grew. 5 years passed. Then, one dawn, the village awoke to a sight that stole their breath. The first rays of sunlight were reflecting off a magnificent golden spire atop the hill. A stunning sanctuary, intricately carved and solid as the mountain itself, stood there. The villagers rushed up, bewildered. "How did this miracle happen?" they asked. The mason looked at his calloused hands, worn from years of effort, and smiled. "No miracle, just one stone, every day. This is the truth you must absorb. Greatness is not born from a single explosive act. It is built from the accumulation of small, unseen, consistent actions." Are you ready to carry your one stone today? Remember this, time is not neutral. Every day you postpone action, a part of your potential fades. A vast majority of people reach the end of their journey burdened by a single haunting thought, "I wish I had kept going." The weight of regret is heavier than the weight of discipline. The choice, as always, is yours. Often, what appears to be a failure or a moment of laziness is actually a test. It is the threshold. Those who push past it earn the right to join the rare few who live life on their own terms. This principle of consistency applies universally. In your finances, it's the small, regular savings that compound into wealth. In your health, it's the 15-minute walk that keeps you vibrant for decades. In your relationships, it's the small daily gesture of appreciation that builds unbreakable bonds. In your personal growth, it's the 10 pages of reading a day that over a year transforms into the wisdom of several books. The struggle is not with the world outside. It is a civil war within. Your mind is wired for safety, for the path of least resistance. It will always whisper reasons to stop. But the deeper part of you, the spark of your true potential, knows what you are capable of. The goal is to stop being a servant to your fleeting moods and become the captain of your deeper purpose. When you start keeping the promises you make to yourself, your self-belief solidifies. It moves from a fragile hope to an unshakable certainty. So, here is a challenge for you, a 90-day plan to rewire your trajectory. Phase 1, the first month. Focus solely on showing up. Give your chosen habit just 5 minutes a day. The goal isn't the result, it's building the identity of someone who shows up regardless of circumstance. Phase 2, the second month. Your identity begins to shift. You stop saying, "I'm trying to do this," and start saying, "I am someone who does this." This is the internal shift that makes the habit stick. Phase 3, the third month. Momentum takes over. You no longer have to push yourself. The habit becomes part of your rhythm, a force that propels you forward effortlessly. You stand at a fork in the road. One path is worn and wide, traveled by the many. It promises comfort now, but delivers disappointment later. The other path is narrow and steep. It begins with effort and solitude, but it leads to a summit of fulfillment. Your mind might still offer its usual objection, "I'll start tomorrow." Let me relax today. Recognize this voice, and choose to listen to the quieter, stronger voice that knows the price of a life half lived. Pick up your journal. Right now, in this moment, lay the foundation stone of your own sanctuary. History does not remember those who intended to start. It honors those who endured to the finish. This specific moment will never return. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, but the question is, will you be the same person, or will you be the one who finally took the first step? If you have made the decision to commit to this path, then make it known. In the comments, write today's date and declare, "I begin now." This is your first public promise to yourself. It will hold you accountable. Now, stand up, take a breath, and let the work begin. If the desire for genuine, lasting change resonates with you, then consider subscribing to Winds of Thought. This is a space for those who are done with the crowd and ready to build their own destiny. Time is passing. The moment to act is now. Thank you for being here.